Okay, good morning, everyone. It's been a while. It's been a while. I just want to do this morning. It's a brief one and a quick one. It's been a while up here. I've not really been able to have videos like I used to do, and so I just have to have this morning. And we'll be discussing relationship. That's what I'm interested in, relationship, and we'll be talking about origin and purpose of relationship. We'll be talking about types of relationship and why relationships go wrong. I took this teaching sometimes on BI, and I just want to repeat it here for the benefit of those who are not available. Um, Now, when God created man, there's no, okay, let me start this way. There's not how you're going to be talking about relationship and you're not going to be talking about God. Forget it. If you want to take God out of the show, then we're not going to be talking about anything. We are not going to be talking about anything. So, if you're not talking about God, then you don't want to talk about relationships. So let's bring it down to where it first started from. Let's start from the beginning. Yeah, the beginning. When God created man, He made a being like Himself. Like He said, "Let us make man in our own image and according to our likeness." Uh, when He said our own image and according to our likeness, He actually means that let us make somebody that can connect with us, somebody who can, who can feel what we feel, somebody who can have a kind of, a link with us. And the link here is what I have mentioned. Man was created in the image of God and in the likeness of God. Now, this is the link between God and man. There is no relationship without the word relate. There's no relationship without the word connect. There's no relationship without the word bond. Now, this is the type of relationship between man and God is a type of relationship that I called a God or creator to a creature type of relationship. We have many forms of relationship, but this one is a creator to a creature type of relationship. When God made Eve on the other side, I mean the woman, and brought out to the man, there was a connection also. Yeah, there was a connection. And the first thing Adam said was that this is the flesh of my flesh and the bone of my bone. The kind of connection that Adam noticed or saw first was the physical or the look or body connection. There was a physical look. He knew that this is exactly like myself. She looks exactly like me. He said, the bone of my bone. She could stand up straight like myself. And the flesh of my flesh. She has a skin, color, flesh like mine. It's different from that of the animal. So the physical, they had a physical connection with Eve. There was no connection between Adam and the animals. The only relationship that exists between Adam and the animals was that of responsibility. He was responsible for the animals. And so when he saw another being that could connect with himself, he actually he said that. He said it. So Eve was created to meet the needs of Adam. That was a kind of need-meeting relationship. So the two types or the two kinds of relationship that we have is a Godward relationship and a manward relationship. And these are the two tests we have come to pass on earth. Our relationship, the test of our relationship with God and the test of our relationship with our fellow man. How we relate and connect so that we can meet our needs, just like God's man relationship was that of a creator to a creature. Same goes for parent to child. It is a type of need that without you I cannot survive. Although for that of parent to child is for a while, because once the child grows up and he knows how to find his way around, he can always be independent of the parent. But it doesn't work like that with that of God. You need God all the way, every step of the way. You need Him to survive, and it's a kind of survivor kind of relationship, need rather. So you have this security and survivor need, and this is the basic need that every man has. And outside this one, you can't talk about of any other needs. If you are not secured, if you are not alive, if you are not surviving, if you are finding it difficult to survive, you won't be thinking of marrying, you won't be thinking of having friends, you won't be thinking of having, going to work and having business partners and all the rest like that. So the basic need here and the reason why we connect is survivor and security. So survivor and security is our basic needs. Just like in I think the economies, we're being taught that the basic needs of man is food, water, and shelter. Now, if you look at these three basic things, they are actually for survival. So that's why I said survival and security is the basic needs of man. And without those wants being met, every other needs cannot arise. A dead man cannot, ask for help. A dead man cannot walk and have friends. A dead man cannot even relate with God. At that level, his spirit is now with God, so he doesn't need to, be relating with God here from earth. There's nothing you do to him or her that he or she feels. So that is that about that. And still under this type of need-meeting relationship, we have different type of relationship. We have romantic and non-romantic relationship. Romantic relationship is a relationship between lovers and the rest like that. We all know that. And when we talk about non-romantic relationship, we have the business relationship, we have friendship, we have acquaintanceship, we have student to parent relationship, and many others like that. And so those ones are categorized as non-romantic relationship. So we have been able to establish the fact that we have two categories of relationship: the God word and the man word. And so let's look at the reason why relationship go wrong. But before that, there's a lesson I want us to learn from the life of Eve and what happened in the garden. Now, I've heard severally that Eve is a talkative, like she always she gave more than the required information and the rest like that. But I've really sit down critically. I just want us to evaluate that scene very well before we just draw our conclusion like that. Eve gave unnecessary information. She's a talkative. Every woman talk too much, and the rest of things like that. Now, from carefully assessing that event, I happened to find out that Eve was not a talkative, like we always see. She had a need, and the serpent was just available to meet that need. We all know that the characteristics that was given to the serpent, according to that scripture, was that he is very cunning. Very cunning. Now, she needed a friend, someone she could chat with. Adam probably was not available, and seems like Adam only saw Eve as his wife, not as a friend. This happens even in relationship, in marriage, it happens. There was no discussion whatsoever between the couple, none that the Bible mentioned. He was too occupied, I suppose. And now that the serpent came to have a kind of chit-chat with Eve, she was readily available and she just busted out. Now, Adam has been in the garden long before Eve came. And so he was used to the animals. So he was so busy with work, and then, when he returns, he stays with the animal. They've been talking, they've been chatting, they know him very well. But probably the animals have been taking out their times to, look at Eve and to see if it's somebody they can relate with. And Eve have been dying just to talk to at least one of them or so like that. I'm just trying to analyze that event. And now this is the serpent coming on his own. This happens to us. Let's look at it very well. It happens to us. Now the serpent is the first animal to come, and he came on his own without Eve talking to him. And he spoke to Eve, he said, as the Lord said. So, he was ready, and Eve has been seeing the way Adam has been flowing with the other animals, and so she didn't even take a second thought about it. She just began to speak. She had a lot to share, but there's nobody to listen, and so she just readily shared it, and she just that spoke her mind. Now, the lesson here is that the strongest of humans can be vulnerable. They can be at the victim. They can be vulnerable and become victim and be at the mercy of anyone who meets their needs. I repeat again, that the strongest of human can be vulnerable or become victim and be at the mercy of anyone who meets their needs. Okay, let me just stop there today and we'll continue next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.